What's up, y'all? It's Darius from DariusCooks.tv, and today we're cooking keto, but we're making it very simple, as I always do. I'm gonna take a twist on one of my all-time favorites, smothered pork chops, and just show you a different way to do it that involves one of my all-time favorite ingredients, and that is bacon. Speaking of, let's get sauteing. I'll start by adding in some olive oil, just to help everything out, and then in go some bacon and some onion. All right, so let's talk about the spice mix that's gonna go on top of this. I'm gonna start with a little bit of Portugal sea salt, because I'm a little fancy, so we'll add some of that right in here, right? Then of course, let's add in some black pepper, a little bit of granulated garlic powder will go in here. You know what it's about, the ground fennel. So put a little ground fennel right in there. Ground thyme, and then I've got a little bit of smoked paprika. It's gonna make the pork chops taste really good. We'll give that a stir. All right, let me grab a pair of gloves, or a glove rather. And then what we'll do is we'll get this spice mixture onto the pork chops and let them just kind of hang out until those bacon and that onion, till it's all done cooking. So I'm just going to remove the bacon and the onions from the pan. So now that the bacon and onion are out, I can go ahead and drop in the pork chops. All right, so when they're nice and golden brown on one side, we'll flip them over and let them cook on the other side. All right, so now that the pork chops have had a chance to sort of brown on both sides, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some chicken broth in the bottom of that pan. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add back in the bacon and the onions right on top of there. All right, so the last thing we have to do before we enjoy these amazing pork chops is go ahead and knock out this cauliflower puree. So it's like a mashed potato kind of, but obviously without the potatoes. So I've got some cauliflower that's already been cooked. I'm just gonna drop some of that right into the mixer. All right, and then to help it go really nicely, I've got some heavy cream, so we'll add a bunch of that in here. We'll do a little bit of granulated garlic. We need obviously some salt and pepper, so a little bit of pepper, some salt, and then we'll let this blend till it's nice and smooth. Now here's what we are going to do is I've got a pot and we're just gonna take the puree out, which is just cauliflower, but it really is nice when it's as smooth as this. And we need to do a few more things to make this taste really good. So the first is I've got some Parmesan cheese here that I'm just gonna grate fresh Parm right into this whole pot, just so we get lots of really great sharp Parmesan cheese flavor. All right. And then I think I dare not make a puree without adding in some mascarpone cheese, right? So we'll put mascarpone cheese right in here. And then we'll get this on the stove so it can sort of heat all the way through. All right, so look at this. We have those smothered pork chops are hanging out with the bacon and the onion. And the most amazing Parmesan cauliflower puree that you have ever seen in your entire life. Look how silky and smooth that is. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna grab some of this pork chop. Oh, look at that. Look how tender this cuts open. Nice and juicy. A little bit of that puree. It's like the simplest of dishes that pack the most punch and the most flavor. The bacon and the smokiness and saltiness is great on these pork chops. And how could this cauliflower puree with the Parmesan and the mascarpone not be amazing? It's so smooth. Honestly, you would think it's a potato. Honestly, no lie. Gotta try it. Recipes like this, you know where they're gonna be on my website. The website is dariuscooks.tv. There's two things I gotta tell you, as I always do. Food is my life. Life is my food. I gotta wish you happy cooking. From my heart to yours. Bye, y'all. You gotta try it.